In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on November 26, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. UCF versus South Florida. The University of Central Florida travels down the coast to take on South Florida in the final regular season game for both teams. UCF blew their opportunity to control their own destiny to host the American Athletic Conference title game after falling to Navy at home last week in an upset. The Knights are now 8-3 on the season and 5-2 in the conference and won't be able to host the American Athletic Conference title game after the loss. South Florida comes into this game at 1-10 overall and 0-7 in the conference. UCF is 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 meetings against South Florida. UCF is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games. South Florida is 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 home games. South Florida is 8-22 against the spread in their last 30 games after accumulating more than 200 yards rushing in their previous game. The Knights will come out with their hair on fire, especially after last week's upset loss. Central Florida needs to win, and winning big could potentially help them make the conference championship game. With that in mind, expect Central Florida to put their foot on the gas and not let up unless the score is a 30-plus point lead late in the game. Central Florida is 7-4 against the spread, including 3-1 in their last 4 games, while USF is 4-7 against the spread and 1-2 in their last 3 games. UCF comes into this game with far more on the line than South Florida. While one could look at the nothing-to-lose theory with the Bulls and their freshman quarterback, I'm leaning towards the far more well-rounded Knights playing with some anger after last week's loss. UCF has an American Athletic Conference title game in their sights, and they won't have another letdown game. So the UCF Knights to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. South Florida's defense is awful. There isn't any other way to say it. They are allowing a ton of points per game and are equally awful against the pass and the run. They will give up at least 40 points to an angry Central Florida squad anxious to wash away the stench of last week's game, in which they were effectively kept off the field by the Navy offense. The emergence of Brown as a two-way threat gives me confidence in this total, despite it being quite high. Brown will make some plays, even if UCF is able to confuse him at times. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Oklahoma versus Texas Tech. Oklahoma visits Texas Tech on the heels of a big win over their rival Oklahoma State. The Red Raiders are coming off of an ugly win over Iowa State as they continue to have a solid season. Bragging rights is on the line as both teams are out of the Big 12 championship race. Oklahoma is 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games against a team with a winning record, and 0-5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games following an against the spread win, while the over is 6-2 in their last 8 games against a team with a winning record. Texas Tech is 1-7-1 against the spread in their last 9 games following a win, and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 home games, while the under is 8-3 in their last 11 games in November. Oklahoma has not been great this season away from home, as they own a record of 2-2. The Sooners are 4-7 against the spread this year. They are 3-6 against the spread when they are favored this year. Texas Tech is 6-5 against the spread this year, and they are 5-1 straight up at home. The Red Raiders have been excellent in the passing game as they rank 15th in the country in passing yards earned per game. Oklahoma is giving up 246 yards per game through the air, which ranks 96th in the country. The difference for this game will lie in Texas Tech exploiting their passing offense while limiting the Sooners' rush defense. The season statistics play this out well. Texas Tech is ranked 15th in the nation in passing offense with 295 yards per game, and the Red Raiders hold down rushing yards to 183 yards per game. Both are superior to the Sooners' efforts. Expect Tyler Show to air it out against the Sooners at home against Oklahoma. Oklahoma's road woes scare me, and Texas Tech should be confident at their home place in the last regular season game of the season. So the Texas Tech Raiders to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both Texas Tech and Oklahoma are decent offensive teams that can put the points on the board. Both teams are also similar in that their defenses are on the weaker tier in FBS, with Oklahoma ranked 80th and Texas Tech at 113th in total yards allowed. In rushing yards allowed, they are both slightly worse, with Oklahoma ranked 82nd and the Cowboys ranked 115th. Head-to-head, the overs hit in 5 straight meetings, and just looking at the state of these two teams, both are bowl eligible. Both are out of the race in the Big 12, so I believe that they're going to let it loose here and put on a show to close out the year. These are both teams that average over 30 points per game, but they can easily score in the 40s. In this game, both teams are going to get over 40 points, and this game is going to go well past the posted total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. The trends support going over for this game, as the over is 5-1 in Red Raiders' last 6 home games, and the over is 6-2 in Sooners' last 8 games versus a team with a winning record. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Notre Dame versus Southern California. College football action on Saturday evening, and we will see the 8-3 Notre Dame Fighting Irish invade United Airlines field at Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum to rumble with the 10-1 USC Trojans. Notre Dame comes in off a 44-0 pounding of the Boston College Eagles and has won their last 5 in a row now. The Trojans have won their last 4 in a row after taking down UCLA in a 48-45 thriller. Notre Dame has won the last 4 in this series. Notre Dame is 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games on grass and 19-7-1 against the spread in their last 27 road games. The over is 5-0 in Notre Dame's last 5 games. USC is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 non-conference games and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 home games. The over is 5-0 in USC's last 5 games. The home team is 7-1 against the spread in these two teams' last 8 head-to-head meetings. USC's path to the college football playoff became very clear after this past Saturday. If they can hang on for 2 more games and win the Pac-12, they will be among the 4 teams playing for a national championship. Notre Dame now stands in their way, and a month ago, this didn't look like a tough test, but much has changed. Notre Dame has now 3 straight wins over ranked opponents, and their offense has scored at least 35 points in 5 straight games, all wins. It feels like USC is playing with fire almost every week now. With the exception of a blowout win over Colorado, they have been in 1-score games in 4 of their last 5 games. Trojans quarterback Caleb Williams has risen to the second favorite in the Heisman odds and has been sensational. All the pressure is on the Trojans, and Notre Dame has a ton of confidence, especially with all the energy that USC expended on beating their rival UCLA last week. And this line being over a field goal, it feels like a spot where taking the points is optimal. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. USC is one of the top-ranked elite teams in terms of yardage amassed and points scored. Notre Dame is no slouch either, hanging 44 points on Boston College in one of the worst weather games in a decade. Both teams know how to score and will do it. The trends point to over. In fact, nearly every trend does. But here are the money trends. The over is 5-0 in Trojans' last 5 games overall, and the over is 5-0 in Fighting Irish last 5 games overall. These teams will fight it out. Watch for points to fly. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.